Get those battle horns ready, everyone. Monster Hunter is back for next-gen consoles, and recently we got a chance to experience the next chapter of our journey in Monster Hunter Wilds. Right off the bat, you can tell that Monster Hunter Wilds is one of Capcom's most customizable titles to date, which says a lot given how extensive Dragon's Dogma 2's customization options were. I've spent literal hours on the character customization trying to make my perfect hunter. There were so many different customization options to choose from to get every single detail right, from different facial features and body mass to body markings and voice pitches. The overwhelming amount of choices made sure that I took my time to create a hunter that was best suited for the adventure at hand. After taking half a day to create your character, take the other half to create your Palico, your lovable cat companion who everyone agrees is the real star in the Monster Hunter franchise. Once that's all taken care of, it is time to hop onto your Sacred, a discount chocobo, and explore the vast desert locales the beta had to offer. I was actually a little disappointed with how the environment was portrayed this time around. Majority of the area felt barren and empty, which is unlike the series. The environment in Monster Hunter Worlds was filled with unique wildlife that emulated a dangerous yet adventurous jungle, while Monster Hunter Rise took that jungle premise and added reminiscence of a lost civilization in a once inhabited land. But in Wilds, it seems all that was missing. However, it wasn't an absolute loss. What took me by surprise was just how quickly the weather changed and affected the surrounding area. One minute, the sky is clear as the sun scorches all in its sight, and the next, the sky darkens to let loose a wild storm. From what I saw, these dynamic weather changes added very little to the gameplay. It would be interesting for Capcom to take this concept a bit further and have the weather affect both the environment and the monsters in them. Snowstorms could result in slower movements of the player and monsters, while thunderstorms, shown in the beta, could result in rapid player movement to avoid damage. What Wilds lacks in the environmental department, it more than makes up for in how Wilds redefines the tried and true combat formula. There are 13 different types of weapons to choose from, opening the doors to endless possibilities to complete a hunt. There's a weapon for any type of playstyle, whether you prefer to be a slow but heavy tank, a fast-paced mobility damage dealer, or take to the backlines to deal precise range shots. You never feel outclassed for the challenge ahead, focusing on experimentation above everything. The new additions to Combat Wilds introduced are some of the most intriguing of the entire series. For starters, you can now take 2 different weapons with you on a hunt. Feeling like your current build isn't working on the monster? Just call over your Sacred and quickly switch weapons. I found myself frequently switching builds on the fly to better suit the type of monster I was fighting, especially when I discovered how you can use your ranged weapons while riding your Sacred. Pretty handy whenever I wanted some quick mobility with my build. But what really impressed me, however, was the new monster wound mechanic Wilds introduces. Dealing continuous damage on certain sections on the creature allows you to create a wound. Hunters can focus on this wound to either deal massive damage or temporarily immobilize the creature, allowing your team to quickly turn the tide in any situation. As for the story, however, I was surprised to learn that this might be one of the most cinematic, action-focused titles Monster Hunters had to offer. Story isn't Monster Hunter's strong suit, but it's amazing to see Capcom attempting to branch out and experiment with its story elements. From just the brief time we had with the story, we already caught a glimpse of the world outside of hunting and a glimmer of what we're to expect during the main game. I just hope it manages to break free from the previous title's generic story of big bad monster, threatening the village cliché, and give us something memorable to live up to this new direction. So far, Monster Hunter Wilds seems to be living up to the hype. It might not be perfect, but from what we experienced, it might be one heck of a quarry. The new action-focused story direction and player experimentation is a welcoming addition for both newcomers and veterans alike, even if you prefer to stick with the old tried and true formula. Although the environments and atmosphere might be a bit of a drag, here's hoping they add a little more life to put Monster Hunter Wilds on the top of everyone's list when it's released February 28th. Stay tuned for our full review on release.